welcome to the University of Newcastle's Midwinter Cup. We're up for our second game of the day. We've got ESU Daywalkers versus ESU Nightbringers. Brendan and Jacob tussling for the quaffle. Jacob picks it up. Bludger control with the Nightbringers. Jacob Sutherland bringing the ball upfield. Ball with Cameron Walker. And that is a goal to ESU Daywalkers. And we have a Brimstone called by our head ref, Richard.
I think that was Brandon Briscoe-Hoff who scored, keeper?
No, Daywalkers scored.
I just saw him jump in the air.
I think it was Cam.
Probably. Went to the middle hoop, probably Cam.
I don't know everyone's names, so I've got the rosters up. But that's not super helpful.
I think I know everybody's names. Yeah, so yes. And we've got Brendan passes to Chloe, passes it back to Brendan, intercepted by Jacob.
There's no bludgers for the Nightbringers, and Cameron Walker misses the shot and shakes his head. He is not happy with that performance.
Yeah, and then some heckling from the Nightbringers in the sub box. Got Mayu with the quaffle, running it down, screen set by Brendan. Jacob's on it, passes it to H. Gets to but Mayu gets beat by Emily. Quaffle's collected by Jacob, and Emily and Ash, beating pair, chase down Ryan Shields and Anna Stankovic, who were the beaters for the Nightbringers, and end up in control.
Does Ryan Shields usually play beater? I thought he was a chaser.
He kind of does a bit of both. He's been moving more into beating recently.
Okay, interesting.
And he's a utility on the blue bottles this year.
Okay, very cool.
Plus a seeker. So he just has to put on the green and he'll have collected the set. Oh, a beautiful block by H.
And Brandy with the ball.
Carrie and Liv contesting, but Brennan's just too fast.
I don't recognise Brendan because he got a haircut from last time when I saw him.
It does look unexpected every time I see him. Also, he usually wears a little hat.
Yes.
A dorky little bucket hat. So that's how I recognise him from a distance.
Yeah, I couldn't tell the difference between him and Zale for a really long time.
Same
like
here.
With blue bottles last year, someone told me Zale was beating and Brandon was chasing. And then they switched. So I just went with the last name, Briscoe-Hoff.
Yeah.
So that hopefully was sufficient.
I think if you're watching ESU play and you yell out, "Great move, Briscoe," like there's a 90% chance you've gotten it right.
Okay. Yep.
All right. H dodges a beat beautifully, but trips. Still has the quaffle, trying to dodge past Carrie, but makes a pass to Chloe, who gets beat, and then Jacob collects it and kicks it. Jacob, this is not soccer. Embarrassing for him.
Out of field, and that might be a card for intentionally propelling a ball off field.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like it though. It looks like we're just going for an inbounding procedure from Nightbringers.
I'd send him back to hoops at the very least, just because it was embarrassing.
Very embarrassing.
Quaffle returns to Nightbringers. We've got a couple of new players in the Nightbringers, which is really nice to see. I don't actually know 89's name.
Can we use the power of elimination? Is it Owen Davey?
It could be. And I also don't know 45.
Or is it James Hewish?
Oh, James Hewish is at 45. Then yes, Owen Davey is 89.
Okay, cool.
Ash and Ryan beat out in the beater battle. Means Nightbringers end up with control. Let's see if they can do something with it and turn it into a goal. Anna beats Ash. Brendan trying to get past Liv. Passes it, but the intercept Jacob ends up with a quaffle again, starts sprinting down hoops. Will he kick it?
I
Jury's
hope
out.
not.
I think he could get a goal from here.
Ashan and Emily contesting Bludger Control. Bludger Control's turned over to the Daywalkers. Huge beat by Ashan on Ryan Shields. And they've only got one hoop. So I think, are they going to take their reset and ask the hoops to be reset? Yes, they are.
Yeah, Jack, that's really, I think the goal refs are the MVPs of these games.
Absolutely. Those sandbags as well. It's not sandbags, guys. It's potting mix. Apparently last year they used kitty litter, and that they weren't able to keep the kitty litter because it got moldy.
Oh my god.
Because it got wet. So they've gone with potting mix this time as a more sustainable option that hopefully they'll also be able to use next year.
That's smart. I mean, they could also just put it in their garden, you know? Beautiful beat by Anna, an intercept by Brendan. Nightbringers with a quaffle. Daywalkers, both of teams struggling to convert. They get just up to hoops and then can't put it in. I think this is common. Like, the teams just know how each other plays so well. And you have some really, really talented Nightbringers, lots of whom are playing state again this year, which is really nice to see. So we've got, I think this, except for 89 Davies, I think all of them are on state this year on the Blue Bottles. And then all of the Daywalkers are also on state this year.
Nice intercept by Liv. Slows it down.
Now, the odds of her kicking it are lower. She doesn't play soccer, but...
Why is Chris Collins on the state team as a chaser?
Because he looks deep inside his soul and decided chasing was better.
Okay.
Which it is objectively. No, he's... Beaters don't get to put the ball in the hoop and get a goal, so...
So he's decided the job satisfaction is not there.
That's what I reckon. I think he's finally seen the light. Mayu gets the ball
pass there.
just so close to hoops, but can't grab it before Cam intercepts it. Yes, Chris Collins decided that he wanted to chase. And I guess we took a risk, you know, this young fella could do something good.
Well, he's very athletic.
He's truly...
So, I think, in a field of Quidditch players where athleticism is not necessarily a common trait and is something that is really highly valued across all positions, I think if you are athletic, you will kind of just pick it up.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if you've got sports experience, you can pick up a lot of Quidditch, regardless of position, really easily.
Beautiful
nice goal by Amber.
It's a stunning pass over to Amber, straight in the hoops. Yeah, Chris Collins also in his first quaffle, he was beating and he was deep, protecting a chaser, and someone threw the quaffle, and it wasn't to him, it was to the person behind him. He didn't realise it, and he just caught it, and he looked so happy with himself to catch that quaffle, and he turns back to his team and like holds the quaffle in the air, showing it off like, I caught it, and everybody's complete silence on pitch as everybody watches him and waits for him to realise he's wearing a black headband.
Yeah.
I think that was kind of the first moment that he realised chasing was good. It's just taken him a couple of years to convert into being a chaser.
Okay. I actually gave out a card the other week in Victoria Cup, our league in Victoria, for interpositional interaction, because one of the missed goal there by Cameron Walker, picked up by Brendy. One of the players had just been playing chaser, had just been playing beater, subbed off, subbed into chaser, walked straight up to the beater, and then tried to tackle them for the ball. And they looked, and then they got the ball off them. And then I called Brimstown, and they're like, "What's wrong?" And I was like, "You're wearing a white headband." And they're like, "Oh, okay, mistakes were made." Like, it was a great tackle, and they totally took the beater on the other team by surprise. And of course they would, because you're wearing the wrong coloured headband.
That is so funny, but it is absolutely, it's something that you see whenever people switch positions mid-game. Even Ash, who switches positions, like one run as a beater, one run as a chaser, you can see this kind of, and Alex
Chris Collins nearly just did it. He nearly did it.
He wants that quaffle.
It really does.
That's why being a utility is confusing, and it
Good beating by Zale there.
Does require a bit of like brain-on energy. Beautiful tackle by Cameron. Quaffle gets out, picked up by Eden.
Yeah, so this Nightbringers team has a couple of Macquarie players on it. Jess Speechley, Eden Hodge, and I think and Ryan Shields
Yeah.
is a Macquarie player as well.
Looks like they've merged, but they're players that have played together quite a bit. Like Eden used to play for ESU and playing together on state, so it's pretty tight. Particularly for the experienced players. There's a few inexperienced players on Nightbringers, and I think that's where we're going to see Dawnbreakers convert. Just like that tackle from the keeper, which is a little, suspect. No harm, no foul, I guess.
Yeah, big goal there from Jacob Sutherland. I think that brings the score to 30-0 or 40-0.
I wish I'd been paying attention, counting, but I have not been.
The score on our screen says 30-0, and we're 10 minutes in.
Excellent.
Eden must have that auto-updating.
That's pretty good.
I don't know how that's... Unless it's coming from Quad Ball 1.
Maybe.
Yeah, so if you're tuning in, you can also go on to Quad Ball 1, the website, and find all of our score updates for today and live game broadcast.
That was a beautiful goal by Jacob. Straight through the middle, shot through the middle hoop. Excellent work by him. He's playing really well this game. I mean, to be expected. He plays really well all the time. But we'll see if he can pick it up in the future games once they get a little bit harder.
It's nice to see Jacob driving and putting the ball with his hand through the hoop. Jacob he went through a really big stage, a bit of a phase last year where he was consistently shooting, and his consistent shooting didn't really suit the Australian game we were playing, where lots of teams were playing a zone defense and having their hands straight up in front of the hoops. So the ball landed in the hands of the opposition rather than going through the hoop. So it's good to see that he's changed up that. Brendan looking for a goal, hoop knocked over. Jacob picks it up, beat by, I think that's Callum there, the beater. 82 or 30, did it say 82 or 32? In the track pants.
Oh, yeah. I can't tell. If you just turn all your way, that'd be great. Oh, another hoop's gone down.
Timeout called by the Daywalkers. You know Callum Malin used to bully one of the guys on our team for wearing track pants during games?
Oh, that's savage.
He said that it wasn't athletic and you couldn't run in them, and you look like a dork. So
I personally agree, but only because Ashan used to wear track pants and he specifically looks like a dork in them.
Yeah,
Everybody else
definitely.
looks fine.
Alright, score is 40-0 in favour of Daywalkers. Thanks for joining us today. We are in Newcastle at... What park are we at?
Empire
Park, that's it. Right on the beach. It's cold.
It's
and windy.
And we're lucky that this field is kind of sunken with a lip before you get to the road and then the ocean, or I think we'd see a lot of little stips in seawater.
Yes.
Now, Nicola, could you explain the ending of this? Do you understand how the ending format works?
Yes. So the end game procedure for this tournament is different. We're playing with USQ end game rules. So at 20 minutes, there is a timeout for 2 minutes, which is called by the referees. So neither team gets penalised for a timeout there. And then at that 20-minute mark, there's a 10-second countdown for the seekers. Snitches on field. Seekers come on and attempt to catch the snitch. The snitch is worth 35 points. And there is a set score that teams have to reach of 60 points above the leading team's score. So last game we saw that Gorgons were on 30, Nightmares were on 100. So the set score when Gorgon were at 20 minutes was 160. Gorgons caught the snitch to get up to 65 points, and then Nightmares scored 6 goals and won the game. Good stop by Brendy.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
Huge tackle by Cameron Walker. Cameron Walker is beat. Brendy does not have the ball anymore. Passes off to Eden.
Eden picks it
Eden
up
looking for a pass.
Passes out. Yes, beat by Ash, who's just left to clean up.
We also have a lot of Nations Cup players on these teams. Brendan playing for Nations Cup. Vicky playing in Nations Cup.
Zale
playing in Nations Cup.
later. Anna Stankovic? No, she couldn't.
No, Anna was selected but declined the offer due to her soccer commitments.
Well, she will be playing a mere 2 weeks later at State Shield. But a shame. As we saw with Jacob, playing soccer is not good for your quad ball career, and I
No.
wouldn't recommend it for anybody. We've got H coming on. He's done really well. We've seen great things from him. He made blue bottles this year, and his athleticism, but also game awareness, even when he just started, was really impressive. And really excited to see where he goes in a tournament like this, where hopefully he can shine a little bit over the 2 days.
I'll get there, Eden. Come on. Reset used by the Nightbringers in a bit of an errant pass from Mayu to Eden. Eden looking to pass out to Brendy. Brendy picks up that ball. And there's only one hoop. No, there's 2 hoops.
I actually don't think
two hoops.
I don't think that's Brendan. I think that's Brendan's old haircut, but I think Brendan's in the sub box. I also keep being like, it's Brendan.
Is it Zale?
No, Zale is not on. I think it's the other one.
Okay. Number 45.
45. Maybe it
So
is.
is that James Hewish?
I think so. I think Brenda's in the sub box. Behind Chloe. Yep.
Yeah, looks like it. Okay.
It's
Our
the cutting
apologies.
your hair. I'm so sorry, Brendan, but you're actually never allowed to cut your hair again. It's confusing the commentators.
It's so confusing.
We'll let you know a list of approved hairstyles after this. Alright, we've got Liv with the quaffle coming in from the corner, taking it up. Come on, Liv, take it yourself. Love to see Liv and Carrie in the lateral positions. Ball carrying, I've got Jacob and Cameron supporting physically and emotionally on the outside.
Carrie passes back to Liv. Kelsey makes a beat on Vicky but misses. Ashan makes a beat on Vicky. Pass over to Jacob. Jacob looking to dunk. Can't make it to the hoop. Passes off to Liv and Liv sends it through the top hoop.
And to be honest, that's a beautiful netball pass. So she's taking something good from her other sports. Just the 2-end push pass from the chest.
The Daywalkers have nearly a whole Blue Tongues lineup, except for Cameron, who's decided not to play this year and will be coaching the Blue Bottles instead. But yeah, Carrie Crawford moving from Victoria to New South Wales for this year's State Shield. They live in Canberra, so it's a much closer option for them for training.
Geographically, it just makes sense.
But we've picked up Isabel Rennie.
Oh my god, yes! She's playing state?
Yep.
That's incredible. I'm so happy to see Abel back. I love watching her play, and I'm so keen to see her back after the injury. She received the 2022 State Shield, I think.
Yes, she broke her femur and she did her ACL, I think was the result in the injury.
Yeah.
But it's really handy for me because I have a broken finger at the moment, so I'm out for 8 to 12 weeks.
Ugh.
And last year I didn't really have a sub as a female beater, and this year I've got Oval, so that will be really great. And honestly, I think Oval will play most of the game time, and I'll be her sub because I'll be coming in pretty cold after not training for 8 to 12 weeks. So that's their first goal to the Nightbringers. So that is 60-10 in favour of the Daywalkers.
And that was a beautiful goal from the Nightbringers. I want to see them do it again. They can just keep converting. They get close to the hoops every time, but they're just not able to get in scoring position. So it's great to see them convert one of those opportunities. We've got Daywalkers with control. We've got Emily and Chris coming up. Yeah, beautiful beat by Chris. Got Anna out.
Take it yourself, Liv.
Yeah,
Oh,
nice. And she
beautiful.
gets it in. Steps Mayu gets it into the small hoop. Ball returns to actual Brendan on the Nightbringers.
surprised Richard is not calling for delay of game. As an American, he's very big on delay of game.
I guess it's been a relatively fast-paced game up until now, so if it becomes a habit, a beautiful goal by H, pass over by Brendan, brings the score to 70-20. Dawnbreakers are only up by 50. Daywalkers. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's so confusing because ASU previously had three teams.
Nightbringers, Daywalkers, Dawnbreakers, and then now the Dawnbreakers are gone and it's the Daywalkers that is the graduate team. Still affiliated with ASU, but made of graduates and a variety of other players from other teams. Intercept by Mayu, beautiful. Gets the ball back to Brendan, and he's going to take it up pitch. Looks like they're going the same slow, controlled pace. Yeah, after a few of this, Richard might ask them to up the pace a little bit. And
it's great having Richard here to ref because he's very strict. Unlike me, who's very casual and calls a lot of no harm, no foul, Richard really puts players in their place. Especially, great goal by Chloe there.
Pass over the hoops by Brendan, straight to Chloe, gets it in the hoops. Looks like James got an intercept. No, Brendan got an intercept. And
another goal by
gets
H.
it to H, who shoots it. That is beautiful. In the last, 60 seconds, Nightbringers have gone up 30 points, bringing the game to 70-40.
Yeah, Richard's really strict on things like brooms down procedures. Tap-in procedures, which is going to be... And that's a goal to Jacob, which is going to be really beneficial for tomorrow as he's reffing our exhibition match of the Australia Auroras, which is our Nations Cup team, versus whoever finishes first on the ladder from our round robin today. Because we really struggled at World Cup with some technicalities last year.
And DG, it seems like, as well.
And European games, yes. So it'll be really great having Richard in our community refereeing us more and being a lot stricter on those procedures.
Oh, we've got Liv in the green. I didn't notice, but Liv is keeping, which is great to see. I love watching her keep. No, you're right. I think having the international perspective on reffing, because Europeans get to play against each other so often, they get to develop a similar style of reffing, but Australia's reffing is developed, I think, in isolation. And we tend to be very casual about a lot of things that other countries are strict on, and that punishes us on the international scene. And so, yeah, hopefully kind of understanding how rules work.
Good goal there by Amber.
Although, are they going to... I think it was a goal, but so it is 1952. Must have seen that would be a stoppage in the play. We've got a 2-minute timeout. Although he called 1 minute. And then the set score will be, because it's Daywalkers 80, Nightbringers 40, so the set score will be 140. We've got Jono out snitching. Both teams are going to have to work to get this one, especially what the Nightbringers... Oh, no, Daywalkers are 90, Nightbringers 40. So back to a 50-point game. But what the Nightbringers, I think, demonstrated is if the Daywalkers aren't paying attention, they can really run away with it. And they can rack up those goals. Whether it'll be enough to win the game, I'm not sure. But the Daywalkers will have to be a little bit more on top of it, not letting those intercepts happen or people getting the ball out of them.
Who's got the yellow headband on for Nightbringers? Eden Hodge?
Eden, and then it looks like Jacob was jogging towards the centre, but he's still wearing white, so maybe... Yeah, no, it looks like he's swapping. It is likely that Jacob will be seeking. He's their go-to seeker for pretty much every team he's on.
And we've got Jono O'Brien from the Valkyries snitching.
Jono snitched a lot of high-profile games at State, at Quaffle, and at tournaments like Midwinter. So, interesting to see. Last game, Gary got the snitch very, very quickly. It'll be interesting to see if this snitch game lasts a little bit longer. And how that impacts the Quaffle play and the Bludger play of both teams.
gender ratio, so we don't play a gender ratio at all. Because centaurs have 8 people, 2 of which are, one is female, one is non-binary, the rest are male.
Yeah.
Muggles have 7 people, and I think they've got 3 females, 3 males, and 1 non-binary player. And Manticores have 10 people, 4 of which are female, and 6 are male. So no team really, apart from Manticores, has enough to fulfill any kind of gender ratio, and Muggles just don't have a choice because it's who shows up on the day is whatever gender ratio they will play. Last round they only had 5 players, so they borrowed some players from other teams. So look, it's really nice in New South Wales coming along and seeing like a full game with teams that have subs, and it's a lot more fast paced. And playing that new gender ratio, it seems really beneficial for across the board talent in New South Wales. Cat Walker drives in, takes the shot.
And it looks like it is Chris Collins seeking. So he's been wrestling with Jono for a little while. Aiden's been coming up, but Emily and Ash with the bludgers have just been keeping Aiden locked out. It looks like the Nightbringers beaters, which is mostly Zale, have been focusing on, and Anna, have been focusing partly on Snitch, but also partly on Quaffle. Looks like they're trying to get in with the goals. And just leaving the Snitch.
And that's a Snitch catch to Chris Collins.
Yep.
Let's see if it is clean.
Short discussion. Clean catch. Alrighty, that takes Daywalkers to 145.
That score is 150, so they need 1 more goal to win this game. And this looks to be a much shorter game than our last game of Nightmares versus Gorgons, which was a very long and hard-fought game.
Hard fought by the Gorgons. They did a really, really, really good job of just cutting the Nightmares off at the last moment. So there was a lot of like clutch beats made by their beaters, beautiful intercepts, and kept the Nightmares from finishing the game for a lot longer. But this, I think, the diversion of the Snitch has meant the Nightbringers just can't both score and protect the Snitch.
Kelsey Collins taking out the options there.
Took out Vicky beating and Jess Beachley. Leaves the ball in Brendan's hands. Beater in front of him got beat, so... a beautiful intercept by Liv.
Picked up by Carrie Crawford. And Daywalkers making their way up the field.
Let's see, Carrie...
Potentially the last time. That's Carrie and Brendan.
Carrie still ends up with the quaffle. Passes it to Liv, who gets it to Cameron. Who gets it to Bella. Oh, but a beautiful intercept by Mayu. Right at the right moment. Liv still picks it up. And then a broom's down. It's going to be a card to Liv. Oof, a yellow card to Liv. Some sort of contact foul, I imagine. He jogs off in shame.
Shame.
I hope this keeps you awake at night. That was really despicable. I'm not actually sure what you did, but I thought it was terrible.
Yeah, it was horribly awful.
Means Nightbringers end up with the quaffle.
Daywalkers still have bludger control with Kelsey Collins, Ashana Bay. Vicky looking to make a press on Kelsey. Kelsey gets beat, but flicks her bludger back. Ashan cleans up. And Brendan making his way slowly up the field.
Yeah, the lack of experience in the betting line. So Vicky's very experienced. She's played at state on Blue Tongues and Blue Bottles, but her beta partner is a lot newer and just struggling to help her get control back. Mayu with the quaffle must beat just the back of her. And Vicky prioritizes getting control, but doesn't get Cam Walker, who ends the game with a goal.
That is 165 to 40 in favour of Daywalkers. Thank you very much for joining us. We look forward to seeing you next game, which is, let me pull up my fixture.
Nightbringers v Gorgons
What have
should be
I
a good
done?
game. I want to see this.
Schedule. It is the Valkyries v the Gorgons. Peter Fitzgerald is the head ref. Eden Hodges the snitch. ESU Nightbringers are the referee team, and the game is scheduled to kick off at 10:40, which is in 1 minute. But I'd say probably 10:45, 10:50. So we will see you soon. Thanks so much. How do I stop the recording?
I don't know.
Eden, please. Eden, please. Oh, stop streaming.